Hey up guys, how's it going? Right then, well the transfer window's soon to be over, just 4 or 5 days of it left. And I'm just interested to know what all of your thoughts are in terms of FSG's transfer policy and where we are in terms of signings that have been achieved so far this window. Do you feel that we are capable of making the top four with our current squad, assuming that we have no more additions? Now, I think that we will make one or two further additions to the squad. I think that that's necessary, and I think that Brendan Rodgers needs backing uh, for the remainder of this transfer window. You know, I don't think, as at present, that we have a top four squad. I think what the game against Notts County last night did for me, helped to clarify and helped to clear up, was that we are very thin squad wise. You know, when Sissoko got injured, Torre got injured, I was, I don't know about you guys, I was just sat there thinking, oh my God, you know, we didn't really have many options to come in. You know, Daniel Agger ended up having to play half the game, which wasn't really what we wanted, you know, with United at the weekend. Martin Skirtle's still not fully back to fitness. Martin Kelly's still, not back to fitness either, still injured. So, and then we were, playing as well with Andre Wisdom in that team. You know, is he ready to cut it against the likes of Manchester United? No, not really. I wouldn't say so. Not at the moment. You know, he, for me, didn't have a great game against Notts County last night. So a centre-back is vital. You know, we've known this all summer, guys, haven't we, really? You know, we need a centre-back signing. And we've been linked with Mamadou Sakho, and Toby Alderweireld all summer. You know, along with the likes of Kyriakos Papadopoulos. You know, these are three terrific centre-backs, that would fit in very well in Liverpool's starting 11, in my opinion. You know, I think you could get any of those in the starting 11 alongside Agger. We know that Torre's going to be out for a few weeks now, I imagine. You know, I imagine it'll probably be a month or so with a groin injury. It's not going to be a short injury, guys. So we do need a top-class centre-back. You know, it's clear that Brendan Rodgers doesn't have a lot of faith in Martin Skirtle from what we've seen so far in terms of pre-season. And I think ever since the Oldham game, the FA Cup tie, I think he's been out of favour. You know, he really let himself down in that game. It's weird because only a couple of years ago we could, I'm pretty sure that I wasn't the only one, but, people were turning around and say Skirtle and Agger, fantastic centre-back pairing, really good, we look strong defensively, and now all of a sudden we've got question marks and issues and worries over our centre-back positions and our defence as a whole. It's not as strong as it probably needs to be. So, guys, Seiko, Alderweireld and Papadopoulos. Which of those players would you like to see us sign, guys? Now, I'd like to see us sign Papa in particular because he's big, he's strong, he's powerful. I think he's a fantastic defender. He's a really, really solid Greek defender, and I think it would be fantastic for us to sign him. Yeah, that said, I wouldn't be disappointed with any of them. To be honest, guys, I think it's important that we just make a signing or two. Now, a lot of people on Twitter, on forums, on Facebook, everywhere have been going mad about FSG today, yesterday, saying put your money where your mouth is. At the end of the day, back our manager, support him. You put him there, support the manager. Brendan Rodgers has been pretty public in saying that he needs a defender, he needs another winger, he needs a creative attacking midfielder, one that's going to get us 20 goals a season. Now, so far, none of these have come in. Right, we were linked with the likes of Diego Costa earlier in the summer, Willian, Mkhitaryan. We've missed out on all of them. Now, if the rumours are true, I say rumours, it's more news on BBC Sport, that Willian ended up at Chelsea for 25 million, that raises serious question marks towards the owners and their willingness to spend on top quality players. Now, I'm not going to lie, I hadn't really heard of Willian myself before we were linked with him, but there must have been a reason why he was linked with such a high price tag. Now, the rumours were that Liverpool went in with a £30 million bid, but I think what we can safely say is that can't be true now, because if it had been, why did Anzi settle for £25 million from Chelsea and then not accept the sort of bid that we offered, or Spurs supposedly offered as well, rather than taking Chelsea's lower price when they when their main aim at Anzi is to clear their debt. So they wanted the best price possible. So we've missed out on players like those, really good quality players, guys. And, I've heard some people saying as well that it's a bit frustrating that, the comments like, well, we didn't really want the player. Well, if we didn't really want the player, guys, why are we even going and approaching for them? There's no point, in my opinion, running round to 10, 15, 20 players with half-hearted approaches to sign them if you've got no real intention to actually sign them. The point is we need to sign players, guys. And we really need a centre-back, we need a winger, and we need an attacking player. Other players we've been linked with in midfield, the likes of Christian Eriksen, but he's rumoured to be on his way to Spurs. Spurs have also signed Eric Lamela. These are top quality players, guys, that we've been linked with all summer. You could argue this is just Spurs with no scouts. Again, running in and stealing players from under our eyes. But guys, we've had all summer to start pulling these deals out and tying them up. And now, as we enter the final few days, I'm really, really worried. And I don't know whether you guys are, but I want your views here, please. So comment below. But I'm just really worried that we're not getting anywhere. That we've not made the first team signings that are necessary, guys. We've been linked with Yevon Konoplyanka as well, I noticed earlier. I've not heard of him. If you know anything about him, guys, then please, comment below, inform me on him. But Andrei Yarmolenko, I've never seen him play, but I've heard a lot about him, and apparently he's a very good wide player. But again, guys, please, you're telling me here, feedback on him, please. I don't know how good a player he is. Would he be a good buy for us? Luis Muriel, I've seen him a few times. He's a good player. Now, that is the sort of player that I would like us to target. And then Victor Moses. Now, for me, Victor Moses is a good young player. He'd be a good signing, but I'm not sure how much of an upgrade on Stuart Downing he is. But that's just my opinion. It does concern me that we've let so many players go this summer. Okay, guys, some people might not think that they're particularly good. The likes of Stuart Downing, Asaidi were let go to Stoke. But Asaidi wasn't even really given a chance to shine for us. He only played a couple of games. And I think that it was all well and good letting these players go, but, again, we find ourselves in a situation where we were with Andy Carroll last summer, where we let him go and didn't bring in a replacement, and we still haven't brought in replacements. We need a winger, we need a centre-back, and we need a forward player, an attacker, centre attacking midfielder. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really that confident on us signing them before the close of the window. I think we may get one or two players, but I don't think we're going to fulfill the positions that we need to. So that brings me to the next question, guys. FSG, what do you make of them? Now, I'm not going to be really critical at this stage. I think that we should give them the remainder of the transfer window before people jump to conclusions, before people, have anything really harsh to say about FSG. But I think what is clear at the moment is I just don't think that when Tom Werner and FSG as a company said that we can compete with anyone, I don't think that this is true. I don't think that we can match the fees that other clubs are willing to pay. I don't think we're willing to. I think it's a case of FSG were burnt in the deals for Andy Carroll and for Stuart Downing, and I just don't think that they're willing to get burnt again. And, I mean, to one extent, you can't blame them, but at the same time, this was under a different manager. They employed Brendan Rodgers, and for me, they have to back the manager. You hire a manager, you back him. At the end of the day, if these signings don't succeed, if they're failures, then, then it's at the manager's head. But I think that Brendan Rodgers needs to be backed. I think he's done a good job so far, and I think he needs to be backed, with the players that he still needs to bring in. But what do you think, guys? I think at the end of the day, I think FSG do need to pay up. They do need to splash the cash. They need to get us, one or two more players, 3 players preferably, that will make the huge difference between being a top 6 side and being a top 4 side. They set the target of top 4, and I do not think that is realistic at all, guys, unless we make 1 or 2 first team signings. Not at all. I'm not going to say FSG out, but I'm not impressed with Air either so far. At the end of the day, he's the club's negotiator, guys, and he's the one that deals with the deals, that gets them sorted. And you look at how quickly Chelsea get business set up, for example. Willian, they snuffed him out from under Spurs' noses, and they got him dealt with quickly. They got him, getting a medical and getting signed. you know, I think that need to be negotiating deals far quicker. And I think with there only being 4 days of the window left, guys, we're not going to have much option but to get sorted quicker. You know, so for me, at this moment in time, I don't want FSG out. I'm not going to be like, oh, FSG out, FSG out. It's not one of those, guys. We need stability. But, you know, I think if we don't make any additional signings for the remainder of this window, I think they're going to come under a lot of pressure, guys. They're going to come under a lot of pressure because, you know, Spurs have strengthened a lot. Okay, they're losing Gareth Bale, but they've still strengthened a lot. You know, other sides, they're going to start to get away from us. You know, we're going to be left behind if we don't make a few signings. Who would you like to see us sign, guys? Are you happy with the transfer window so far? Leave your views. Cheers.